Story. Despite all the challenges thrown at ports and railway company, Transnet, the group, has come out with its head above water. During the 2021-2022 financial year, the group has recorded a whopping 5 billion rand net profit. Now, keep in mind, the previous year, the very same company had losses to the tune of nearly 9 billion rand. What a turnaround. Transnet Chief Financial Officer Nonkululeko Dlamini is joining me now live to tell us more about this and how exactly they were able to achieve this profit given the current economic climate. Good afternoon, ma'am, and thank you very much for your time. That's a miracle of a turnaround, or is it?
Good afternoon, Braden, and your listeners and the viewers at home. So it's not really a miracle. I think it would be very difficult to come out with a miracle in the commercial world. It's been hard work. If you recall, 2021 was the COVID year for Transnet. So that's one significant element that actually took away ability to produce revenue. But on top of that, we've heard last year to start looking at the provisions we had because we were carrying a lot of court cases. And if you've been following the outcomes, there's quite a few that we've come out and we were correct in whatever we were pursuing in the court cases. I mean, one example is what was recently announced about the battle between Transnet and Total and Sasol, where the Constitutional Court actually confirmed that we were correct in pursuing what we're pursuing. So what that has done is that it's meant in the first instance that the provisions we had to make in the previous year were not supposed to be continuing in our financial statements. The second thing that we've done is that Transnet has always carried quite a significant portfolio of property, investment property, which was not properly valued, which was not looked after. And there is a huge program we are running at the moment. In fact, we had a department called Properties, Transnet Properties, which 2 years ago we turned into a division. And that was to get the required focus on this property portfolio of Transnet. And a significant reevaluation process had to go on, and it has contributed. But even on the revenue leg, we have seen an improvement compared to the 2021 year, which was the year that we lived through the highest levels of lockdown. So there's a lot of work, Braden, that has contributed to the turnaround that you see.
Okay, what drove the revenue? What are the factors behind the improved revenue?
So revenue has improved. It's still not where we would want it to be because we still are struggling to close out on the issues around the availability of locals. We still are struggling with the issues of theft, cable theft, and theft along the pipelines that we have. But we have yearly reviews of the tariffs that we charge as with any other entity. And therefore, that was one thing that we had to drive to ensure that the tariffs are escalated as they should in line with the contracts. But in terms of volumes, we still have a bit of work to do. And really, the driver is going to be the ability to move when we sort out the availability of locals, because the demand is there. We're just not able to do everything that we are capable and would like to do with regards to the movement of volumes.
Okay, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. That's Nonkululeko Dlamini, the CFO of Transnet.